You know that feeling when you're doing all the things right, you're drinking the green juices, taking the supplements, following that morning routine checklist, and yet you still feel tired, you still feel anxious around food, you're still not losing weight. Summed up, you still feel like you're doing something wrong. I've been there too. I used to have this perfect little wellness routine, lemon water with apple cider vinegar in the morning, daily workouts, food tracking, magnesium in the night, drinking coffee because I thought it would help me lose weight. But truthfully, I was still obsessed with food, still anxious about my body, still waking up already overwhelmed. Because what I didn't realize at the time is that a lot of those wellness habits, even though they looked healthy, were actually keeping me stuck in those same fear-based patterns. So in today's video, I want to walk you through a few common wellness habits that can secretly backfire and keep you disconnected from your body instead of healing your relationship with it. And don't worry, this isn't about shame or telling you to throw out everything. It's about getting honest, taking the pressure off, and figuring out what actually supports your nervous system, your peace, and your healing. And if you can, watch it all the way until habit 7, because I truly feel that this can be such a helpful one for so many of you. And it is one that is so dear to my heart because it has kept me stuck for way too long and it has kept me feeling miserable for way too long. Now, without further ado, let's jump right in. Let's talk about food tracking. At first glance, it seems helpful. You're being mindful, learning about nutrition, staying accountable. I get it. But here's what most wellness experts won't tell you. Tracking can actually keep you stuck in an unhealthy cycle. Here's how. It fuels obsession. You start thinking about numbers more than how you actually feel. Then it disconnects you from your body's natural signals, your natural fullness and hunger cues, satisfaction. It also keeps your brain in control mode instead of learning to trust your intuition and your body. This approach can trigger anxiety around food. It can make it even worse. It can trigger anxiety around social eating and spontaneous meals. Let me share a personal example with you. For years, I generally thought that my food tracker was helping me stay healthy, but what it actually did was distract me from how I felt. Instead of tuning into my body's wisdom, I didn't ask if I was satisfied, asked if I had calories left. I didn't trust my hunger. I trusted my numbers. I couldn't enjoy a spontaneous dinner with friends without anxiety. And truly, that is not wellness. That's just a prettier version of dieting. So here's what actually helps. Try tuning in at the end of your meal instead of tracking before. Ask yourself questions like, am I satisfied? Or how does that feel in my body? Practice trusting your hunger signals because there's more than any app. And I know at the beginning it is scary, but it will come there. But again, we start taking things step by step. Then focus on how food makes you feel and not just that numerical value it has. Build a skill of checking in with yourself, not just checking off some boxes inside your app. Because truly, if you have to rely on an app, that is not food freedom. That's more so, as we discussed, anxiety and whatnot. Now let's talk about that morning black coffee on an empty stomach habit. I get it. You may have heard that it's better for digestion, or you're trying to practice intermittent fasting because everyone on social media swears by it. But by doing this, you're basically running on caffeine until lunch and telling yourself that it's discipline. And yeah, it may seem healthy, especially because so many influencers frame it as discipline or a weight loss tip. Plus, society praises not needing much. But here's what is actually happening in your body, that coffee only morning is sending your nervous system into overdrive. Your cortisol level, which is already naturally high in the morning, shoots up even more. And well, your blood sugar ends up on a roller coaster. By the afternoon, you're not just tired, you're anxious, you're shaky, and craving all that sugar. Not because you lack willpower, but because your body's been running on stress hormones all morning. And all of this isn't about judgment. But what if starting your day didn't feel like survival mode? Look, I know the science. Balanced breakfast with protein helps stabilize your blood sugar, boosts metabolism, and reduces cravings throughout the day, because studies show that people who eat breakfast actually have better focus, more stable energy, and have an easier time maintaining a healthy weight. But I also understand that going from fasting and just having coffee till noon to suddenly eating a full breakfast can feel overwhelming. Your body might not even feel hungry at first because it's so used to running on caffeine. So instead, try this. Start with something grounding. It doesn't need to be a huge meal. Even a banana with some almond butter can make a difference, or a piece of toast with some eggs. The goal isn't perfection, it's supporting your nervous system instead of shocking it first thing in the morning. Because real wellness, it's about nourishment and not restriction. It's about giving your body the fuel it needs to feel safe and steady and supported. Your body deserves fuel. Your brain works better when it's fed. And this simple shift can seriously reduce cravings and energy crashes later on in the day. Now, let's talk about something that I see all the time in the wellness space: cutting out entire food groups for health. Maybe you have seen those viral videos about how gluten is destroying your hormones, or dairy is the root of evil, or maybe it is a friend who swears by carbs are making you fat or tired, and suddenly everything feels scary or inflammatory. You're scanning every food label, convinced that these foods are the reason you're not feeling your best or that you're not losing weight. And I get it, when you're struggling with your health or body image, elimination can feel like taking control. It sounds scientific, right? Cut out that bad stuff and everything will get better. It gives you that illusion of control. And sure, for some, certain foods need to be avoided for medical reasons, but that's not for everyone. And that is what so many aren't talking about. For most of us, this approach is actually just another form of restriction, and it's keeping you stuck in a cycle of food fear and body distrust. Let me paint a picture of what actually happens. So first you cut out gluten because someone said it causes inflammation. Then then you cut out dairy because apparently it makes you feel bloated and sluggish. Then all sugar because, well, everybody says sugar is toxic. And before you know it, you're afraid of half the foods in your grocery store. But here's the truth. Unless you have a genuine medical condition or allergy, which should be diagnosed by a professional, not on TikTok or Instagram, these eliminations often do more harm than good. For many women, this leads to more binging and total loss of trust in their body signals. You're not solving the root issue, you're actually just restricting in a wellness disguised way. So instead of more restriction, what if you tried this? Start by adding foods that make you feel good. Focus on supporting your digestion. So things like eating slowly, staying hydrated, reducing stress at meal times before eliminating half your diet. Work with your body instead of fighting it. And if you do suspect a sensitivity, talk to a healthcare provider who can properly guide you. Because real wellness isn't about having that long list of foods you can't eat. It's about building a peaceful, sustainable relationship with all foods. Now, let's talk about something that is common in the wellness culture, which is pushing through workouts when your body is exhausted, when it's screaming for rest. You know that feeling, you're exhausted, maybe you didn't sleep well, your body feels heavy, but you push yourself to exercise anyways because that's what dedicated people do, right? Maybe it's coming from a place of guilt. Maybe you're trying to be consistent. Maybe you've internalized that message that rest equals failure. And yes, movement can be good for stress and energy, but if it's driven by shame or fear, it becomes punishment and no care. Here's what most people don't talk about. When you're already running on high stress, intense workouts keep your body in that fight or flight mode. You might feel wired, but not in a good way. And while your nervous system never gets that break it actually needs to heal, I know the fitness industry tells us to push through exhaustion and no excuses, but here's the truth. Movement should support your energy and not completely deplete it. For women, this also means working with your menstrual cycle and not against it. It means honoring the times when your body naturally craves more rest and gentler movement. And I actually recorded a video previously where I go much more in depth into cycle syncing and how you can work with your hormonal cycle instead of against it. So I will have it linked up here, or you can also check it down below. And I would really recommend having a look if you're not into cycle syncing yet. Now, instead of forcing yourself through another intense workout when you're completely drained, try this instead. Listen to how your body feels, not what your fitness tracker or social media feed is actually telling you. Some days, a gentle walk in nature is exactly what your body needs. Some days, stretching is enough. And yes, some days, laying down and resting is what counts. This is especially true during your menstrual and premenstrual phases when your body needs more rest. But yeah, more on that in that video that I had just mentioned. And we truly want to honor this because real wellness isn't about pushing through exhaustion. It's about learning to trust and respect what your body is telling you. Moving on to the next habit, and let's talk about something that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, which is that constant drive to fix yourself through self-development. So the habit is constantly trying to fix yourself through self-development. You know the pattern, always enrolled in another course, consuming every mindset or whatever podcast, reading all the healing books, always striving to be better. And I get it. Growth feels productive, right? It feels like you're taking action, like you're committed to healing. This is one that was big for me. But here's what is actually happening. That endless quest for self-improvement often becomes just another form of self-criticism. You're always chasing peace, but never actually letting yourself feel it. Your brain stays stuck in that fix-it mode, which means your body is constantly under tension. And honestly, that is not healing. That's just another way of telling yourself you're not good enough yet. So yes, of course, growth is good, but if it's coming from that place of, or that belief of that you're not good enough yet, it is not helpful. It is not good. So instead of adding another self-help book to your cards, try this. Take breaks from all the growth work, celebrate what you already know, and actually integrate what you already learned, because truly so often we just consume all that information, all that content, but we never actually implement anything. And I've definitely been guilty of that and sometimes still am. Because here's the truth. Healing isn't about collecting more knowledge. It's about feeling safer, being exactly who you are. Now let's move on to the next habit, which I call taking supplements as band-aids. I see it all the time, that drawer full of supplements we collect, hoping each new powder or that pill will be the new magical solution. And I mean, we truly see it all over social media, and I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. Adaptogenic mushrooms for stress, magnesium for sleep, digestive enzymes for every meal, collagen to keep your skin tight. The collection just keeps on growing. And I get it. It feels healthy. It seems proactive and science-based. Plus, so many wellness influencers out there are making it look like they're the key to optimal health and beauty. But in reality, those influencers are just promoting their latest miracle supplement to get paid. Here's what is actually happening. You're creating dependency on quick fixes while masking or while covering the root issues. Your body gets overwhelmed trying to process everything, and your wallet, well, it keeps getting lighter and lighter, chasing that next promised solution. And me too, I used to have these drawers full of powders, pills, and drops. And guess what? I still wasn't feeling better. The truth was that I was just chasing a fix that didn't exist in a bottle. It was just another version of trying to control my body into behaving. So instead of adding another supplement to your collection, try this approach. Start with the basics. Focus on sleep, whole foods, and stress management. And if you suspect a deficiency, work with a healthcare professional to check out your blood levels of whatever vitamin and mineral it could be. And remember, supplements should support your health journey and not be the entire solution. Because truly, a supplement might support your healing, but it's not the same as creating true safety in your body and creating true health in your body. So focus on habits that regulate your nervous system and rebuild trust with your body, and not just stacking, hoping for magic. Supplements do help, but they're an addition to your healthy lifestyle. Now, finally, let's talk about the habit that was so huge for me and is so close to my heart. It's something that likely hits home for you too. Saying no to plans in the name of health, or in another way, using health as a reason to isolate yourself. On the surface, it looks like setting healthy boundaries, right? And sometimes, yeah, it absolutely is. You don't need to say yes to every invitation or everything, but let's get really honest with ourselves. How often are you actually protecting your energy, and how often are you just trying to avoid situations where your body is being seen? Maybe you have said no to brunch because you were scared of the menu, skipped that beach day because you didn't feel ready in your swimsuit, avoided dinner with friends because you were anxious about eating differently than at home, said no to going out because you didn't want to miss a workout the next day. I've been there too. I've done this so many times in the past. So many times I would say, I'm just going to stay in tonight. I need a reset, or whatever reason I would come up with. But really, I was spiraling about how my jeans fit, or afraid I wouldn't be good with food if I wasn't in complete control, or that I'd be too tired the next day to work out and have more cravings. And man, how do I regret it? Like, I truly regret about all the things that I missed out on because I was so scared about being out of control around food and being seen a certain way inside my body. Like, I could have made so many amazing memories if I would have just, not followed that habit of saying no. No, that kind of avoidance, while it might feel safe in the moment, actually reinforces food obsession, body anxiety, and loneliness over time. Life, real beautiful, meaningful life, it doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens around tables, on walks with your friends, on the dance floor, laughing with your friends. And those healing moments, they can happen while you feel insecure and uncomfortable. So here's your reframe. Saying yes, even when you're not perfect already, can be one of the most healing choices you can make. You're allowed to show up exactly as you are, not fixed, not perfect, just real. And I truly wish that younger me would have known this. And I truly hope that you take this to heart should you resonate with what I'm saying, that you start doing the things and not just constantly say no because you're scared about what you eat or missing a workout. Like, I truly wish I would have not done this, and younger me would have known about this, that it doesn't help in any way. It just makes things worse by adding in more loneliness and intensifying the food obsession. So please go live your life. Of course, follow those healthy habits, but also go live your life and stop being obsessed about everything. And I get it. It takes time. That's why I'm, I'm creating those videos here on the channel to help you heal your relationship with food, get step into life with more freedom and feel more confident in your skin and all of that. So that's why I'm here. And it's truly because of all the things that I missed out on, because of those habits that I struggled with. And truly, you do not need a longer wellness checklist. You need nervous system safety. You need meals that actually satisfy you. You need space for fun, rest, and flexibility. So if you're feeling stuck, and if nighttime eating or food obsession are something you're currently dealing with, I've created a free training that walks you through my full but very quick method on how to stop overeating at night without guilt, without rules, and without giving up on the foods you love. It's short, it's simple, and it helped so many other women feel more in control of food without restriction. You can grab it down below, it's totally free. And before I let you go, tell me in the comments, which of those habits have you fallen into and which ones are you ready to let go of? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more weekly videos, and share with someone who might benefit from it. Lots of love. I'll see you in the next video. And of course, as always, if you don't want to wait until that next video, have a look at the video here that YouTube thinks you might enjoy next.